zombies. I remember growing up in Dallas as a teenager and just seeing the crack zombies. I mean, you'd see people who... You'd see white people with their hair all falling out who had like green skin, sores all over their face. You would see black people so near the edge of death that they were white. I mean, they looked like they were dead, like all the blood was out of them, with their hair falling out, no teeth. They come up to your car window, and a woman with no teeth, with drool running out of her mouth, and what looked like sores all over her, who looked like she weighed about 80 pounds, would say, "Baby, let me in the car. I'll do all this for $5. And then you hurriedly wait for the red light to change so you can speed away. That would all end if you decriminalized it. And the crime and the murders and the corruption, it's a fact. It's a fact. Oh, but we have the biggest drug war in the world, and our country roughly uses half of the illegal drugs in the world. What an incredible number. It corrupts the police. It corrupts the society. It corrupts our young people. It's seen as sexy and cool. Drugs aren't sexy. Drugs aren't cool. Don't use them. Don't take them. Don't ever start. Don't ever put that chewing tobacco in your mouth. Don't ever smoke a cigarette. It'll take 30 years off your life. It's addictive. It's hard to beat. Don't ever take cocaine. Don't ever take opiates. If you have your back hurt in a car wreck, tough it out without painkillers. I'm telling you, you do not want to get addicted. There is so much going on. There is so much happening here. And so let me give you the larger situation, and then we'll go to your phone calls. And then coming up at the bottom of the hour, next hour, we got popping in from Cairo, Egypt, Max Keiser. In the SPP documents that Judicial Watch student got, and I talk about these so much, just like I talk about Governor Ridge 8.5 years ago in a 2-hour C-SPAN I watched, saying you're going to have a TSA card to have a job. There's going to be TSA checkpoints on every road. Local police will be TSA, Homeland Security, DHS certified. Now, here we are almost 9 years later, and that's all being rolled out. It took them that long to get it ready. There are certain key globalist events that we either sue and get the documents, or they go ahead and think nobody's watching and talk about it on C-SPAN, that give you total blueprint. It's like getting the enemy battle plans. And so there are dozens and dozens and dozens of things I harp on because there's such key information, their manifestos, their blueprints, their battle plans, their programs. Now, Judicial Watch sued for over a year, got the 1996 Banff, Canada SPP meetings. Nothing in the year and a half previous to that, when Bush signed the SPP secretly with Vicente Fox and also the Canadian Prime Minister in Waco, Texas, no one had ever gotten the info. It was a secret agreement, secret treaty, high treason, on its face. Even World Net Daily's experts wrote that. It's treason to have the president signing secret treaties. He doesn't even have that power. The Senate has to ratify it. But they don't care. They controlled the bureaucracy. Now, Judicial Watch was able to sue over and over again and got thousands of pages of it and published much of it at Judicial Watch website. In fact, I want to get Judicial Watch back on about that. And what did it say? They got it in 2007. I put it in Endgame. Blueprint for Global Enslavement covers the key areas, shows the documents. They have the meeting. The first thing they say is this is integration of North America by stealth. This plan only can succeed with all of you keeping this secret, including members of the press. We have the minutes of it. It's linked on whatistheendgame.com in the bibliography on the website. This is so important, folks. Look at what we have. And they said, we're going to use crises. We're going to use biological threats like the flu. We're going to use economic collapse. And we're going to use the drug war as a pretext to use Mexican and Canadian troops in the U.S. and vice versa with both other countries. What was in the news last week? Oh, Obama signs North American security perimeter. That's in the SPP documents. From Alaska, as we say in Endgame 4 years ago, from Alaska down to the Mexican border with Guatemala. You understand how key this is? They went on and said, we're going to use the drug war threat and the violence that will increase. They knew when they were about to put Calderon in to declare war on the drug cartels they didn't control, this would happen. They create the crisis, just like they start the revolutions in the Middle East. Doesn't mean they control them. They can start them. It's easy to set a house on fire and then show up later saying you're the fire department. That's what the globalists do. And so they said, we're going to use the drug war crisis, the flu crisis, and the terror threat, and also economic threat, those four things, to do this. And what did you see in the Ottawa Citizen? And let's put it on screen when we come back from break if we can. Mexican and American troops to be used in Canada, vice versa. Foreign troops to be in each other's countries. I forget the exact headline. Well, that was already going on in drills. And people are like, oh, they're not going to have Canadian, Mexican troops here. And I'm like, well, here's all the SPP documents. Here's drills they did. Got U.S. troops up there last year for the Olympics. Vice versa. Here's NLE 09. FEMA put this out in a press release. Now they just announce it. So they're using all this drug war stuff to not just merge the countries by stealth through the bureaucracies, but also now announce gun control in the U.S., harmonizing our laws with Mexico. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
So the globalists told us in their own SPP documents that they didn't want us to see how things really work. And there were a little over 100 corporate CEOs from all over the world at that Banff, Canada 3-day meeting at that resort, shut down, basically a Bilderberg group type meeting. And they had big working groups, and the CEOs then gave orders to the heads of the federal bureaucracies of Canada, Mexico, and the U.S., and then you could see everything in that document then being implemented. By stealth, this is corporate government. And when I flew up to New York last week, Sunday, I was on the plane with a major banking CEO, and he just basically tried to sell me on we need a corporate government running America. You mean the ones that create the derivatives and rob everybody? The ones that want to take our guns? The ones that are for one-child policies? You mean you guys should run things? It was almost like the speech Howard Beale gets that we played last week when he says, you've meddled with the tidal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and you will atone. Am I getting through to you, Mr. Beale? And I'm watching their battle plan. I'm watching everything they do. And they're down there in Mexico trying to mop up drug cartels that they didn't control with the $500 billion coming into the U.S. They control most of them. And that's all this is. And now when it spills over here, they're going to use it. And the Attorney General's saying to try to ban assault weapons and restrict gun purchases to one at a time, all because they have a gun ban in Mexico and the people are living in a nightmare. And we have to basically harmonize our laws with Mexico. It's incredible. And it's all over the news today. The good news is, though, a whole bunch of states, including Texas, are mulling Arizona-style illegal immigration law. But I almost called Paul Watson this morning to have him write a blurb or an article saying Texas mulls Mexican-style immigration law. It's always how horrible if somebody's here illegally and they get caught doing another crime, they might get deported. Oh, it's so terrible. Mexico has some of the most draconian immigration laws in the world. This is mainstream news. Mexico admits it. They put people for at least a year in a forced labor camp if they're caught from Latin America coming into Mexico. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying deport illegal aliens, especially if they're running around waving their foreign country's flag saying down with America. I mean, get out of here. You have to pledge that you want to be a U.S. citizen and that you'll follow the Bill of Rights and Constitution and take that oath to become a citizen. I don't have to. I was born here. But the point is, if you declare yourself as an America hater, get out of here. Okay? But this is all, oh, my gosh, Texas might try to have an Arizona-style immigration law. You mean not have sanctuary cities where the illegal aliens are above the law? Oh, my goodness, that would be terrible. But the real headline should be here. Texas mulls Mexican immigration law. But then it would say, well, not actually. We're not going to put people in forced labor camps, and we'll have links to all that. We're not going to beat them up and suck money out of them and treat them like Mexico does. No, Texas is mulling the moderate Arizona law. See, but that's how the media creates all this emotion and says, if you've got brown skin, you're going to get arrested and put in a camp. Oh, sure you are. What, half the country has brown skin? The white people are all out suntanning trying to have brown skin? I mean, nobody cares. The media hypes all this race stuff to create the division, and I'm sick of it. I don't care what color you are. If you believe in private property, family, the Second Amendment, and sovereignty of this country, if you sign on to the Bill of Rights and realize how good it is and love it, I'm your friend. But you get so freaked out by an American flag that you send American school children, including Hispanics, home because it's like a vampire seeing a cross when you see an American flag. Get out of here. You're seditious. You're an enemy of this country. You've declared it. You see America as an enemy flag. Good. Get out of here. I'm not going to sit here and lick your boots. And that's the common sense analysis on that. We're going to be back in 1 minute with your phone calls and a ton of news, and Max Keiser coming up in 30 minutes from Cairo, Egypt.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, barons called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.